Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here, sat out in the dark, just a bit bored, but I'll make this video about my cannabis-induced psychosis I got in 2004. This is when I was diagnosed with, that's it, cannabis-induced psychosis. That is what I was diagnosed with. I used to smoke between the years 1999 and the year 2004. I was smoking a quarter ounce of cannabis a day, 2 ounces a week. I was spending 200 quid a week on cannabis, which is far too much to spend. It was taking over my life, and the only way I stopped smoking that amount is by having my brain split in two. And this wasn't good at all, because it ended up having psychosis of weed. And this is way before I tried Oxycontin, way before I tried benzos, way before I tried heroin or crack. This is in 2004. I'm only 35, but I was born in 1984. The doctor prescribed me with quetiapine or risperidone. If it was quetiapine, it would have been 800 milligrams, and if it was risperidone, it would have been 6 milligrams. That's 6 milligrams, not 6 milligrams. Because risperidone comes in low doses, but it does a lot more than quetiapine at high doses. But quetiapine is a lot better at chilling you out and getting you to sleep at the end. I like taking quetiapine, and I'll be back on quetiapine next Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that, but it causes excessive drowsiness. So I'm going to take 100 milligrams in the morning and 300 milligrams at night. So I might really cut down on my alcohol drinking, but just because of quetiapine, I hope. So about this, I'm just smoking a roll-up at the moment, not weed, a hand-rolled cigarette with gold leaf rolling tobacco inside it, the cheapest rolling tobacco you can buy. That's why I smoke it, because I'm poor. Anyway, I was prescribed lorazepam at 2 milligrams off this doctor, Dr. Loca at Bideford Medical Centre in North Devon. 2 milligrams of lorazepam. I think it was 800 milligrams of quetiapine or Seroquel. If not, it was 6 milligrams of risperidone. As well as that, I was prescribed a beta blocker for high blood pressure. This is called bisoprolol fumarate, which I'm still on today in 2020. My brain kind of split into two parts I should say. And one part was my inner voice, and the other part was voices coming externally out of the TV into my head, and also sounds that were created in the environment would turn into voices in my head, like cars going past, the engine note, exhaust note would change into sounds, would change into voices in my head, and it was unbearable. These voices used to tell me to kill myself, kill other people, harm myself, like jump in the canal, Ben, jump off the bridge, Ben, you better jump now, no one will save you, you're a dead soul, no one likes you, Ben, you're a failure at life, you're disgusting, all that kind of thing. I was infiltrated with bad negative thoughts 24/7, still get it today to some extent, but that's probably because of my amphetamine use, because I got diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia back in 2006, but it did all start off from cannabis. Cannabis is what triggers my psychosis off in the first place, because I'd never tried any different drug other than hash and green back in 2004. I hadn't done any other drug, so it can't have been any other drug. It's simple as that. I hadn't tried benzos till 2004, or antipsychotics till 2004, or weed was started in 1999 when I was 15 or 16 years old, and that led to me trying amphetamines because I went to work in a factory at the speed of light. We had to work very fast in the pallet factory I used to work at, putting boxes on lines for B&Q and putting screws into boxes, gluing the boxes closed using a glue gun at the end of the line, putting bits of cupboard into boxes. It was all for B&Q, the chain in the UK, that's like household furniture, household equipment, really, like cupboards, chests of drawers, stuff for builders as well, gardening stuff as well. They sell all sorts of stuff from B&Q. But I was putting stuff in boxes for B&Q back then, and it was a good job, but I had to work really fast to do it, so I had to take some speed to do the job. And this is what ruined my brain, and I think I've lost some brain cells from doing too much amphetamine. And there was a stage that I was actually injecting amphetamine, but that was only a few times. And I just stopped doing that, and then I started bombing it again. Bombing it is when you put a bit of speed or bass, as I call it, in a Rizzler. Wrap the Rizzler up, tie it, just wrap it up really tightly, swallow it with water or any other drink you like. I can swallow, I could bomb amphetamines without a drink. I can take pills without water. I'm so used to taking pills. I don't take anything without water now. And basically my schizophrenia has been awful over the years. That's why I turned to crack. That's why I turned to heroin. There was no escaping it. I had to use some other drug to keep my psychosis under control. And in 2006 I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia. And this is the consultant psychiatrist of North Devon called Dr. Van Buren. You will know who he is if you were under the mental health team in 2004. He's a top man in Devon, North Devon, for diagnosing people with any mental illness. You may know this already. But he has since retired. He must be 70 odd now, maybe late 60s, but he must be retired by now, I would imagine. He was a great doctor though, psychiatrist, consultant psychiatrist. A very top man in North Devon, so you can't really argue with consultant psychiatrist saying that I had paranoid schizophrenia or cannabis-induced psychosis. But that's what Dr. Loka, a bit of a surgery, diagnosed with cannabis-induced psychosis, and I believe the cannabis did induce my psychosis to this day. No matter how many people will say it's bullshit, it's not bullshit. Cannabis can cause psychosis, psychotic episodes. It can cause immense paranoia, it can cause anxiety. And overusage, when you stop, overusage can cause clinical depression. You may think I'm joking, but I used to smoke quite a heavy amount of cannabis, and I'm talking from personal experience of using a quarter ounce a day, or even if I couldn't get green, I would smoke half an ounce a day of pollen. That's cannabis resin, hashish, solid that you burn with a lighter and you crumble it in. This was mainly soap bar back then, but since then I've gotten pollen, proper pollen that you crumbles in your hand. Moroccan stuff, which is really quite strong. The strongest some green, like AK-47, White Widow, Purple Haze, Amnesia Haze, Lemon Haze, Super Lemon Haze. All these types I've tried, and you name it, I've probably tried it before as well. The cannabis strains. I like cannabis still today, but I can't smoke it due to me being in a shared house. Supported accommodation. If I get caught smoking cannabis, I'll lose my tenancy and I'll be on the streets in a tent if I'm lucky. But I don't want to be in a tent, living in a tent now, because I'll probably get beaten up. Pretty scared of what could happen living out in the streets in this weather. And it's not this weather, it's not actually that cold out here. I'm wearing a jumper, I'm not cold at all. But it would get chilly in the winter, being outside in a tent, need central heating really. I'd have to wear a coat to bed and get some cardboard and get a good tent, good 4-man tent. Keep my my clothes in. I got a suitcase as well. I wouldn't want to carry that suitcase around with me all the time. I'll have to leave it somewhere like in a tent. I'd just walk out with the clothes on my back if it came to it. If I really wanted to do crack and heroin again, I would, but I don't want to. I'm not giving in to it ever. I'm sticking to my 80ml methadone and 10 milligrams of diazepam, which is not enough to get me to sleep properly. It will help me sleep, but I do wake up 3 or 4 times during the night. Once I'll wake up at 12 midnight if I go to sleep at 10:30, then again at 2, then 4, then 8, then 11. So I do get enough sleep, but I do wake up a lot, and it takes me about 20 minutes to get back to sleep. It's really frustrating. But when I drink quite a lot, I can get to sleep quicker, and I stay asleep the whole night. So I keep dragging my cigarette, but I don't want to go out. It's only a roll up, and these don't burn as well as straights or tailor-made, whatever you want to call them. I smoke cigarettes because I'm addicted to nicotine, and it takes a bit of my stress away, but it's not as good as smoking cannabis, but I will not allow to smoke it here. And this is a good roll up, it's well rolled, so I know how to roll pretty well by now. I can roll with one hand, but that's the story for another day. I could do it driving a car. I used to do it driving a car, but I don't recommend this as your intention isn't fully on the road. I used to do it driving down country lanes in my past, and it was a bit dodgy. Nearly got into a crash because of it. Nearly rolled a car as well because of that. And going too fast on the corner, I hit the accelerator instead of the brake. Because my feet are quite big, right size 11, and my shoes just slipped a bit. Because it was been raining outside, my foot slipped onto the accelerator from the brake. It was only a Fiesta, 1.25 Fiesta, I nearly rolled. But anyway, that's it for this video. Please comment below for any questions you may have. If you want to ask me questions about my schizophrenia, or you just think bad things like voices coming through the TV into my head, my brain would reply to the voices, and then they would reply back to me. It was an absolute nightmare, not a joke to any extent. It was all true, and what happened. Anyway, please like this video and subscribe if you wish to see more videos about anxiety, depression, paranoid schizophrenia, remote control cars, whatever you want, illicit drugs, prescription drugs, you name it. I can probably make a video about it, or alcohol of course as well. Anyway, I'll end this video now. It's 11 minutes 5 seconds long. Cheers, bye.